So I've seen on Twitter there that Mike Coppinger is reporting that Anthony Yarde versus Sergey Kovalev is pretty much good to go, and the date they're given is June the 29th in Russia. Okay, so when are we looking at that? We're looking at about 7-ish weeks or so. So if they're going to announce the fight, you can imagine the announcement is going to be reasonably soon. So yeah, very interesting turn of events. I think I said originally when this fight was getting talked about that I didn't expect this fight to take place. And given what Tunde Ajayi was saying after Yar's last fight in the Royal Albert Hall, where he was saying, they're the A side, they dictate the fight, they dictate where it is, it's going to happen in London, in the Emirates stadiums, and all that, stuff that he was saying. To then come out and say that if Sergey Kovalev thinks that he's going to have this fight in Russia, it's a duck. Kind of things like that were just silly and that were kind of leaving a bad taste in Anthony Yarde. It obviously looks like that the fight is going to take place in Russia, and Yarde's purse is reported to be 4.2 million. 4.2 million. Now, I want to start by saying I know Tunde Ajayi in terms of what he says, the comments he's made about Ward being on better skill than Andre Ward, and other things. Having a go at other fighters and calling them haters just for not thinking the same as him. Now, I've known people in my life who've been like that, who, if they say something and you even remotely disagree with them, you're a hater. I remember just thinking off the top of my head, there was a guy who, thank God he doesn't live in Ireland anymore because he was annoying, who said that the McGregor fight, when McGregor fought Mayweather, was stopped prematurely. This guy has no knowledge of boxing. And the first thing I said was, protect yourself at all times. And he turned around to me and said, you just made that rule up. You're a hater. It's like, what? Guys, stuff like that Tunde Ajayi would say, which is just annoying and it just makes no sense, and it just leaves a bad taste in people's mouths for Anthony Yarde. They're thinking like, oh, this guy is saying all this stuff, and that sort of way. But I've always said that you got to look at the results at the end of the day, and results always tell the full story. And the result is that Tunde Ajayi's management skills, they're on point. I mean, I wonder what purse Elidi Alvarez got in the first Sergey Kovalev fight. He wasn't a mandatory, and I do believe this is a mandatory, but was it anything close to 4.2 million? I don't think it was. I doubt it. You even look at someone like a Dylan White, who's fighting on Sky Box Office. Have any of his purses been 4.2 million? I doubt it. Anthony Yarde is making serious money in this fight, if this fight goes ahead. And he's got to thank Tunde Ajayi for it, really. Because Tunde Ajayi is kind of mounting and, bigging up Anthony Yarde. And to be fair, it does show that Anthony Yarde, that Tunde Ajayi has some confidence in him. And that he is, he really does believe in his fighter, which you need. I mean, if your trainer's not going to believe in you, then you're not going to believe in yourself. The gym I train in, the head trainer, is very big into sports psychology and bigging up his fighters, because some of the fighters in my gym don't have necessarily the best confidence. The head coach Pascal Collins, he's really into bigging up his fighters and drumming that into them. And I think you see it in some of the fighters' performances. At least in our gym, some of the aspects, some of the fighters who performed in the States, they've really brought their A game to it. Just purely because Pascal is driving that instill a confidence into them, that he's confident in them, so they're confident in himself. Now, he's never gone to the extent of Tunde Ajayi, where he's saying that, despite the fact they fought nobodies, that they're better than Andre Ward, which is BS as far as I'm concerned. Andre Ward is one of the most skilled fighters of the last 20-odd years. But it shows that Tunde Ajayi has confidence in Anthony Yarde, and it shows as well that his man management skills are on point, because he's manoeuvred Anthony Yarde into a place, which I've said before, where he's going to make more than certain world champions. He's going to make more money in one fight than, people who've took way bigger risks in their career and fought way stiffer opponents in their career up until this point, like a Dylan White. He's going to make more money fighting a fight that, if he loses, it's not the end of the world. He's fought to a long reign and one of probably the greatest light heavyweights of the last 10 to 15 years, Sergey Kovalev. And, it's not going to be any shame losing to Sergey Kovalev if he wins. The sky's the limit for Anthony Yarde. It really, truly is. So you got to figure that although Tunde Ajayi can be annoying, and he definitely can be, it's a job sitting through one of his IFL interviews. Actually, at the end of the day, like, you gotta look at the results. The actions that he's doing, picking up Anthony Yarde, they're getting results. They're getting people talking. I think that a lot of people have this kind of mentality nowadays that no publicity is bad publicity. Because if you go onto an IFL interview and you see Tunde Ajayi interviews, there's so many dislikes, it's insane. But people are still tuning in. And I think people will tune into this fight when it happens. So that's kind of my thoughts on this. I really do expect Sergey Kovalev to win this fight if it happens. Would a Yarde win shock me? No, because I do think, although Sergey Kovalev performed well in his last fight, I do think that the clock is starting to run out. And I do think that the sand in the hourglass is coming to an end. Will Yarde be the guy to, finish him off? I don't know. But I don't think Sergey Kovalev will be around much longer, put it like that. So let me know what you guys think down below. You leave your thoughts then. Let me know what you think. Do you think Yarde will win this fight? Are you sick of Tunde Ajayi? Do you think he's annoying? Like most people, he may be annoying, but he's got results. Let me know what you guys think down below. Thanks for dropping by the channel. It's always appreciated. Like the video if you liked it. Subscribe if you're new. And as always, I will talk to you after.